Right now at 5, a Hermantown author makes a splash on national TV. We'll hear about the message behind her newest book. Plus,
President Biden and NATO allies announced they're bolstering troop presence in Europe to deter Russia. I'm Natalie Brand at the White House with the steps announced, plus how NATO is expanding.
But first, it was a scary morning at a resort bar near Island Lake after a car came crashing through the walls. We'll take you there.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Coles. The Island Lake Inn is cleaning up tonight after a man fell asleep at the wheel and plowed into their restaurant. Here's a look at the aftermath. Authorities say the 36-year-old from Tower was driving to work in Duluth when the crash happened just before 7 this morning. You can see the damage done to the restaurant's bar area. Authorities say no one was hurt and the driver was not impaired. But tonight, there's still a long road ahead as the Island Lake Inn tries to clean up in time for the busy Independence Day weekend. CBS 3's Mitchell Zimmerman shows us how the community stepped up to help.
This is where the car drove straight into the inn. And as you can see, the hole is about 10 feet tall. It all happened around 7 a.m. earlier this morning, and the car went right over the slip and into the bathrooms and bar area of the restaurant. After the restaurant posted pictures of the wreckage, the community came rushing in to help clean up. What should be one of the busiest weekends of the year for the restaurant has turned into a cleanup effort to get back up and running. While they're still waiting to find out just how much all this damage will cost, Yvonne Myers, the marketing director of the inn, says the support from the nearby community has been inspiring.
Some of our workers just came with their boots on and their gloves, and they're in there throwing drywall into the back of a truck, a trailer, to get rid of it. I mean, it's just overwhelming.
Myers says all day there have been nearby residents and customers stopping by the inn to check on the workers and clean up progress. Now they've cleaned up most of the debris inside, and they hope to serve food by 4th of July weekend. But their main mission right now is to get all of this broken wood and drywall cleaned up.
And the Island Lake Inn is closed today as the cleanup continues. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from some neighbors about why it was so important for them to come out and help this community staple. And Senator Tina Smith is applauding U.S. Steel's multi-million-dollar investment in the Iron Range. Last night, we reported the company plans to spend $150 million to build a DR-grade pellet production facility. It will either be located at Keetac in Keewatin or Mintac in Mountain Iron. U.S. Steel leaders say those pellets are the fuel the new generation of steel manufacturing requires. Senator Smith says it's a step toward more manufacturing in the U.S.
This is good for our economy, but is essential for our national security. I think that we have seen over the last couple of years with the trauma of the COVID pandemic, what happens when we are overly dependent on foreign global supply chains for the things that we need to survive here in the United States.
U.S. Steel plans to break ground on the project this fall. And a decision tonight after a year-old partisan fight in Wisconsin involving who's on the state's DNR policy board. Former Republican Governor Scott Walker appointed Dr. Fred Preen to the board in 2015. His term ended in May 2021. Democratic Governor Tony Evers appointed Sandra Nass to replace him, but Senate Republicans have refused to confirm her. Preen has argued he doesn't have to go anywhere until his replacement is approved. Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul sued in August to force Preen off the board. Today, the state Supreme Court ruled gubernatorial appointees can hold their positions indefinitely if the Senate doesn't confirm their successors. Cloquet police are asking for your help as they search for a man who tried to sexually assault a woman he didn't know. It happened around 4 yesterday afternoon on Carlton Avenue West near the golf course. The 69-year-old woman was out walking. She told police a man came up to her with a weapon, exposed himself, and demanded a sexual act. Police say he ran away and they haven't found him yet. Now, the suspect left behind a bike, which police determined was stolen from Pinehurst Park. They're testing it for DNA. And authorities are now asking anyone who lives in the area to check their home surveillance video. Specifically, between 3 and 4 p.m. Tuesday, police described the suspect as 5'5", skinny, and in his mid-20s. He was wearing all black clothing, a ball cap, and has a thin mustache. Anyone with information should call Cloquet Police. They're not sure if this was a targeted or random attack. And Minnesota health officials are worried about a sharp rise in syphilis cases, especially in Duluth. Statewide cases of the sexually transmitted disease went up 33% last year. While we don't know the exact number for Duluth, experts say they're concerned about the increase here and in Cass and Beltrami counties. Syphilis, which starts as a sore, can be treated with antibiotics. Doctors say you should regularly get tested. Experts say we also need to determine how delayed care during the pandemic could have impacted these numbers. President Biden announced the U.S. is beefing up its military presence in Ukraine as a deterrent to Russia. Now, the move comes as Finland and Sweden are about to become full NATO members after a deal was struck with Turkey over its objections to their inclusion. Natalie Brand has more.
Speaking alongside NATO's Secretary General, President Biden announced Wednesday the U.S. will bolster its military presence in Europe in the face of Russia's continued threat.
Today I'm announcing the United States will enhance our force posture in Europe and respond to the changed security environment, as well as strengthening our collective security.
The administration says that will include the first permanent U.S. presence in Poland, adding 2 F-35 squadrons to the UK, deploying additional air defense in Germany and Italy, as well as stationing 2 more destroyers in Spain.
Together, our allies, we're going to make sure that NATO is ready to meet threats from all directions across every domain, land, air, and the sea.
And in a historic move, NATO will expand, extending a formal invitation to Sweden and Finland after Turkey dropped its opposition Tuesday. NATO also says collectively it will significantly increase the number of troops on standby from 40,000 to more than 300,000.
President Putin has not succeeded in closing NATO's door. He's getting the opposite of what he wants. He wants less NATO. President Putin is getting more NATO.
Finland and Sweden had applied for NATO membership in response to Russia's war on Ukraine, now entering the 5th month.
Who of you does not agree that this is terrorism?
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia has now become a terrorist state after it launched a missile strike on a shopping mall, killing at least 18 people. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
NATO countries pledged to continue to support Ukraine in its fight against Russia for survival. And Dave joins us for a quick look at the weather. Dave, I liked it today. This is my first summer out here in Duluth, and it's pretty nice.
Yeah, today was pretty nice. We're in between low pressure systems, so we got a break from the threat of storms. The threat returns for some folks already. So first we talk about other threats. Flood warning continues up near the Canadian border, as we've said ad nauseum for several months now, it seems. But the National Weather Service latest target date of expiring that thing at midnight on Thursday has stuck for a few days. Maybe it'll actually come true tomorrow night. Folks up north probably won't know the difference because there's still a lot of work to do to clean up after all that flooding. Tonight, if you're going boating on Lake Superior from Two Harbors to Saxon Harbor, there is a small craft advisory because winds are kicking up as our next low pressure system advances. So, eyeing the situation up, that low has already been pushing some showers and very isolated thunderstorms up in the northern parts of Minnesota. Could spill into the rest of the region overnight tonight and through tomorrow morning till about the lunch hour. Then it should settle down. So, forecast tonight, it's going to warm up. We'll warm up to 63 for a low and then to 80 for a high on Thursday. 40 to 50% storm chances should take a break by Friday, but for how long? I'll show you with my 7-day in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. While still to come on Live at 5, an Iron Range city is getting nearly $250,000 to clean up and repurpose a contaminated site. Details coming up in City by City.
Injured? Call Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries including wrongful death, recreational vehicles, boats, and dog bites. Call anytime, 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
Oh, somebody ordered DQ.
Fernando, he's here.
The drumstick with peanuts blizzard and new caramel drumstick with peanuts blizzard, both with drumstick pieces and world-famous soft serve. That's 2 DQ All-Stars. Wait for 2 MLB All-Stars?
No way.
Ooh, play it cool, Mr. Delivery Man.
Thank you, Bobby.
That's so good. Play it cool, big hitter.
Have a good blizzard. Have a great season.
Big day for everybody.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
I've had a really great experience with the instructors. There's been times where I wanted to give up or drop out, but I have had instructors push me and make me realize that I can be successful if I just put my mind to it.
Northwest Outlet is ready for summer. Are you? Our massive selection of summer North Face and Columbia fashions in stock in all sizes to 5X for men, women, and kids. Check out tees, capris, sweats, shorts, wind, rain, fleece jackets, and UPF and sun-rated clothing. Get darn tough and smart wool socks. Northwest Outlet carries the most complete work clothing lines in the Northland. The ones you want for protection and comfort, like Carhartt, Ariat, with a complete line of high-vis clothing. Northwest Outlet, your summer fun headquarters in Superior. Remember, you can shop 24/7 online.
GMC Sierra. Premium and capable. That's professional grade. New GMC vehicles arriving weekly at your local dealers. Available for immediate delivery with 0% financing.
Visit your Lake Country GMC dealer.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Two Harbors tonight. Another beautiful summer day across the region, but a few showers might make their way through tonight. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. Grant opportunities are open across the Iron Range, and police are warning Ely residents about a scam related to local rental properties. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Hibbing tonight, where the city received a grant to clean up and repurpose a contaminated site. The city is set to receive nearly $250,000 from the Department of Employment and Economic Development. That money will clean up a contaminated site and redevelop it into a proposed new eye clinic. The project is anticipated to create 4 jobs as well as retain 8 jobs. Other funds for the project will come from a developer and the IRRB. And speaking of the IRRB, we go across the Iron Range tonight, where local grant opportunities will be opening soon. Grant opportunities for the fiscal year 2023 open this Friday, July 1st, with the exception of culture and tourism grants that opened in August. A few of the grants include community redevelopment, regional trails, workforce, and many, many more. They also offer grant writing assistance for those in need. We'll have a link to all the grant applications available at cbs3duluth.com. And we wrap up in Ely this evening, where the police are warning area renters to be cautious of scams when looking for homes. The police department said in a Facebook post that scammers have been using realtor photos to create ads for rental homes. Then after victims make a security deposit, they stop responding. They are recommending renters use search addresses to see if photos are used if photos are used on another website, and to use resources such as the St. Louis County Land Explorer to verify ownership. Residents can also call the police department with any questions or concerns. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, a Northland author who has a new book coming out appeared on national TV today to share her message.
A cold front last night stirred up some showers and storms, then dropped our temperatures. The high 70 today is 6 degrees cooler than normal of 76, of course. Well, tonight we're going to go the other direction. We're going to warm up as our next storm chance comes around. So we'll talk about the odds for precip and the odds of cracking 80 right after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Now through the end of June, Link RV is giving away a $1,000 gas card with every new RV purchase. We have a huge selection of inventory, so stop into Link RV and let us fuel your next adventure. Link RV Center in Minong, where reputation is everything.
Dear Lifehouse, when people ask who raised me, I say you.
I was homeless, lost, and alone.
You helped me find my way.
You helped me up.
I started to believe someone could love me.
I'm doing things I never thought I could.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lifehouse has been rooted in hope for 30 years, with a mission to reconnect homeless and street youth to their dreams. We never give up on our youth. Ever.
Dan Hicks with Paul Azinger, welcoming you back to the Healthy Stand Classic.
You couldn't ask for better conditions. 68 degrees and a UV index of 3.
This direct exposure to midday sun could be increasing her risk to melanoma.
It looks like she's making a change.
Now let's see what she takes out.
Oh, wow. Looks like she's pulling out a 15.
I don't know. Looks like she's going with a 30.
Strong choice.
Incredible.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on live local CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Second of two lows is coming by already, and it's kicking up a storm chance. And so tonight there's a marginal risk for severe weather for Minnesota and a slice of northern Wisconsin. Just run-of-the-mill general thunderstorms this time around for much of the rest of Wisconsin and the UP. So we'll see how it plays out here tonight. A lot of these little slight storm chances have really paid off this week. So be ready to seek shelter just in case one of these storms gets a little bit fired up, so to speak. What's firing up at the airport in Duluth right now before we get into the forecast? Let's look at the current conditions where we see it's partly cloudy with a current temp of 64. So the normal is 76. That cold front last night with the first low really did knock down temps today. Wind, easterly southeasterly 11 miles per hour and a little bit higher than that by Lake Superior. That's why we have that small craft advisory from two harbors all the way around the Horn towards Saxon Harbor near the border with Gogebic County. So take care and be cautious if you're sailing tonight. And a lot of sailboats are tonight. Good luck to them. Barometric pressure, 30.04 inches of mercury, 56% for a relative humidity. And our national picture, of course, shows last night's low, and it's cold front that took down the temps. Here comes the warm front now with a new low pressure system to raise up those temps again. In fact, temperatures will probably increase tonight rather than decrease after sunset. And then tomorrow we could be topping 80 degrees. So this is the low bringing our next storm chance, and it's already trying to bring rain into the northern parts of Minnesota. The storms that have been popping up in little isolated clusters here haven't been strong enough to be considered severe, but again, keep in mind, it is possible tonight through tomorrow morning. Early tomorrow afternoon, though, this low pressure system should leave and will settle down for Friday as higher pressure takes over. So how much rain are we going to get this time around in Minnesota? Looks like it could go from about 1/10 to 1/3 of an inch for most towns, though up towards Grand Marais it might get juicier than that. For our Wisconsin neighbors, it looks like about 1/10 to maybe 1/3 inch there as well, with the UP perhaps getting a soaker. It looks like it could go towards 1/2 inch from Ironwood to Watersmeet and crossing over into Mercer, Wisconsin, 3/4 possible there. But then, of course, the low is leaving, as we pointed out. It'll take a little while for it to get through by Thursday afternoon. Then here comes a high pressure cell to take over for Friday and clear us up again. Saturday, the high will want to keep us clear, but there'll be just a little trough of lower pressure trying to weasel in at the same time. So we could get showers on Saturday, despite a sunnier sky most of the day. Here's our forecast tonight in Minnesota. 50% chance for more storms. Low temps running about 55 to 63. Now we take a look at the lows for Wisconsin, Michigan, 60 to 68 with a 40% storm chance. That warm front then sends us towards the low 80s for Wisconsin and Michigan on our Thursday with a 50-50 shot at more showers and storms, especially in the morning and early afternoon. Minnesota storm chance will be 40% with highs running about 76 near the Canadian border to 83 by Moose Lake. And once that storm chance goes away, then there comes the sun for Friday, 75. Saturday has a 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Then back to sunny on Sunday, 4th of July, Monday, 70 for a high temp, 30% chance for showers. But right now it looks like just showers, no thunderstorms, so that shouldn't hamper the Independence Day fireworks.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Well, here's a live look at the Twin Ports interchange tonight. If you're packing up and hitting the road for the long 4th of July weekend, you'll want to be especially careful around construction zones like this. MnDOT officials sharing that warning on one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. Authorities say you should always obey the speed limit and slow down in work zones. And Duluth needs your help weeding out an invasive species. The Parks and Rec team is asking for volunteers to remove wild parsnips. It's not only invasive, but a public health concern since it can cause a painful rash and blistering. The city is holding 3 removal events, the first being a week from tomorrow on Bay Hill Drive in Duluth. We have more details about that at CBS3Duluth.com. And one Northland author and podcast host with a huge social media following made an appearance on NBC's Today Show this morning. Jenna Kutcher of Hermantown sat down with Savannah Guthrie to discuss her new book, How Are You Really? The mother of 2 has 1 million Instagram followers and is host of the top-rated Gold Digger podcast. Kutcher says the book aims to help people be unapologetically themselves and start taking control.
It's time to get honest with ourselves about, are we enjoying life? Are we faking it? How do we get back to feeling that passion again?
And you can follow along with Jenna Kutcher on Instagram or pick up her book at places like Target, Amazon,
Living Your
Barnes
Truth, one answer.
And it's that time of the show where this is actually my favorite part. It's that time of the show we get to talk about adorable, adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from Animal Allies here in Duluth. This is Orca. Look at that. She's a 5-year-old gal looking for a home, willing to spoil her. She's a little shy at first, but that is nothing a few treats and a cat wand can't fix. Once she's warmed up to you, you've got a snuggle kitten for life. Oh, Orca. Well, if you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Orca, then you can call the number on your screen. And still to come, Republicans running for governor in Wisconsin took to the stage this week to debate many issues, including the Supreme Court's latest abortion ruling.
At UCare, we've been all around Minnesota, and some of the people we meet are looking into Medicare options for the first time. Well, UCare Medicare Advantage plans are a great place to start. Most plans include Part D prescription drug coverage, come with a lot of extras, and are now 5-star rated based on member experience and satisfaction. And not to toot our own horns, bells, but we're good at simplifying Medicare if you're ever feeling stuck. UCare, people-powered health plans.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not 1, but 2 Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping.
800-758-1647. Again, that's 800-758-1647.
For the Challenge USA. 28 CBS reality titans, one ultimate showdown.
There's
anything I learned from Big Brother is I'd have to go for it.
The Survivor players have the edge. We go hard. I'm trying to prove something to myself.
The amazing racers can hang with the best of them.
A whole new challenge where anything can happen. The Challenge USA. Wednesday, July 6th on CBS.
Coming up, we'll tell you how the community has come together to clean up after a car slammed right into the side of the Island Lake Inn.
Another round of storms could be coming our way. I'll talk about how long they're going to stick around.
I can tell you since I was in kindergarten, there is something just buried deep within me that I knew I wanted to be a weatherman. You never really know what the Northland's going to offer you. Within a range of 20 miles, there can be a 20-degree temperature difference. You never know what Lake Superior is going to throw at you. Lake Superior is just a whole different beast out there. Not only am I waking up with everybody as they're waking up, but I get to do it in a really fun way, which is just awesome.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
You can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
All of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
The Supreme Court's recent abortion ruling has certainly fueled an already hot election cycle. It was the center of attention as Wisconsin's Republican candidates for governor took to the stage this week for their first debate. Our sister station in Green Bay breaks down their conversation.
It was billed as the first primetime debate among Republicans running for governor. Rebecca Klapisch, Kevin Nicholson, and Tim Rantham all took questions at Providence Academy Monday night in Howard. All of them promised to fire DAs who don't enforce the state's 1849 abortion ban.
The simple answer is the law in the books makes it quite clear when and where abortion is illegal in the state of Wisconsin. And those district attorneys or prosecutors that refuse to follow the law, yes, as governor, I will fire them.
To allow them to continue to say these things and not be held accountable will just foster everyone's belief that they can do the same, and we will have a lawless society.
Former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Klapisch said she would even fire DAs who don't prosecute other state laws.
Whether it is on protecting the unborn, whether it is on refusing to prosecute election fraud, or whether it is on being soft on crime.
Skipping the debate was Tim Michaels, who instead held a rally in the Lamira area, but we caught up with him there.
People in office need to answer to the hardworking, tax-paying, law-abiding citizens of Wisconsin. For the governor or the AG to say, I'm not going to enforce the law, who do they think they are?
And meanwhile, Democrat Tony Evers is running for his second term. Evers won the seat 4 years ago by a single percentage point. We'll be right back after the break.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. When joint pain or injury becomes too much to bear, turn to Essentia Health's expert team to keep you moving forward.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new, clinically proven Legzercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural drug-free way.
After using Legzercise for a week, I felt like I wanted to go for a walk again without pain like I used to.
Legzercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
It's helped with the swelling and the pain. The tingling feeling is gone.
Call right now and order your very own Legzercise Pro, the clinically proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call now.
Ernie Johnson and Charles Barkley welcoming you back to Susan's Cubicle here in Accounts Payable.
All that work, just terrible for her posture and circulation.
Are you kidding me? She set herself a reminder to get out of that chair and move.
Uh-oh, it's Karen from the IT department.
But Susan tosses her a no-look wave.
Susan's putting on a clinic.
Stand Up to Cancer and Optum want to help you reduce your risk for cancer. Visit takeahealthystand.org.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Wednesday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we were at the Island Lake Inn where heavy cleanup is underway after a car crashed through the popular restaurant this morning. The driver had fallen asleep at the wheel and no injuries have been reported. A representative for the inn told us they hope to be able to serve food during the upcoming holiday weekend. And tonight at 6, after back-to-back nights of protests in Duluth, we talked to a legal expert from the American Civil Liberties Union on what rights protesters have. And that's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here after that at 6.